And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, with the action for you. This time around for the Logitech G Community Series, of course, given to us and pretty much organized by the members of IGE. It's going to be your boy Aggressive here, bringing you all of the action once more for day number 3. And when I say day number 3 is going to be spicy, you better be sure it's going to be spicy. This is one of those matches that we have been hoping to get for the longest time. Think about it like this. Incredible teams right off the bat all the time. We have it over and over. And here, we're going to see two of the best rosters in the entire country now go up against one another. Which is going to be HEADHUNTERS going up to the likes of RedViperZ. Now, this is a pretty historic matchup. You got to remember, both of these teams, they've been going at each other's throats for the longest time. And now the iterations of this squad has just gotten stronger and stronger with each and every passing month. And now they're at their strongest. With the recent additions of players like Ray Jarafi coming onto the team. And of course, Sonic joining the side of HEADHUNTERS. Things have taken a pretty massive turn to how the members of RedViperZ are playing. And with this composition under their belt, they're looking to be one of those teams that can really take it to that next level. But I digress. You can't always think about situations like this. They need to consider what a team can do on a macro scale and on a micro scale. When it comes down to the micro, both of these teams are pretty evenly matched. They have phenomenal talent on either side. But when it comes down to the macro, that is when things are a lot more different. IGLs are going to be the ones who will be at the forefront for all of this. The stronger your calls are, the better you're going to be able to play. And Split is one of those maps that if your calls are pinpoint accurate, there's absolutely nothing anyone can do to try to stop you. Jumping up down over into the match, you see a little bit of a setup play towards this A side. It's gonna get pretty heated here if they're not careful. Engagements could be coming out from either end of things. Rage Rafi already on the forefront of it. Swing out from Sonic. Gets a good chunk of information, mind you. And that level of information can play for a lot of different scenarios. Savage. Pretty much surviving with the skin of his teeth at this point. Heals all around from either side. So they're going to be able to get the hold that they want, but both heals have already been expended. And that's a good chunk of utility being given away just for one race grenade. Sonic's not gonna have the heal anymore to play with. This is one of those scenarios that you just really get away with either. Very slow, methodical play coming in from the members of RedViperZ. And of course, that level of confidence really did pay off. They got the first kill onto Judgment. Because of that, a lot of different avenues have opened up. They're now opting to hit the A side. They're playing it slow and steady, trying to see if we can just sniff out a little bit more information. The jet is towards the A side. That means that was a triple stack. And on the other side of the map, there has to be only 2 players. The stack's already present. Elias has been spotted. Now, things will start to get a lot more spicy. Man push coming in from Sonic. He wants to go in for a kill. The flash is going to be perfect. But he doesn't really have the angle for another kill. Sonic with a flick. Beautiful shot on a 1. Now poor old Ace, all by his lonesome, needs to worry about the Viper over from the side. Slim Zera double tap to the face to finish things off. The pistol round pretty clean and very methodical. RV, they thought about what they really wanted to do. This round, showcase the macro thought process that they were going for. Nicely done.
Out. Here.
Seems to be a little bit of a technical difficulty coming in from the players.
Here. Here. Here.
I think the players are going to be mentally prepped up and ready for this one. waiting for the confirmation to come in from the members of Headhunters before we jump into the match, but members of RV, they're rare enough for a hit towards the A side. I do believe they're taking their time for this one. Military occasion from either side of things. No one really rotating over towards the A side. They're not expecting this. A very slow wall being placed. Judgment not really prepped up and ready for the hit yet. With this slow wall, that's gonna spell doom for it on the long run. Fast execution over towards the A side. They're looking to brute force their way in as quickly as possible. They have the site to themselves, but they still have to worry about a 5v5 scenario that could play out. The trades, if they're perfect, the defenders, they can walk away with 3 kills, and those 3 kills are more than enough damage to be given. Opting for a force fight and keeping the economy in check for the next couple of rounds. Flash comes out, a dink to the face over onto one. Elias does steal the damage, but he's not going to be able to get away with much. Fight towards the other end of things. Ace, beautiful when it comes down to the tap. Looking for a little bit more, not really what they could have hoped for. Very strong anti-eco round coming in from the members of RedViperZ. They got the read that they wanted, and they got the hold that they were hoping for. No casualties whatsoever other than the Killjoy, but the Killjoy has options. She can just play a ghost, she can opt to go in for a full buy. And that Hero Vandal can be a pretty massive take for their end. If that Vandal is in a position where it can be cycled from player to player, then they are golden. But I do believe that Deep Joel's not opting for the Vandal just yet. Just hold on to his horse. Looking for a bit more here. Zera on the lurk, spots out one. Sonic's not going to be taking that risk. Good dodges and good decision making from his end. Dog slows down the very aggressive rush, and this wall's going to be coming down soon enough too. Ace in the perfect corner, got for a kill, but could have been a little bit cleaner. A lot more better when it came down to that engagement. Judgment once more takes the back seat. He's been having a pretty rough start. Not the kills that he wants, but Elias is gonna be there to make sure his buddies are still in the running. 3 versus 2 on the map. A lot of utility to play around with still. Savage looks to be the one to take another duel over from the side. Sonic has the perfect read. In position, but that falls asleep on the trigger. I do believe he was just giving calls over from the side, and that's gonna cost him. RV, they have that read. These Vipers, they're ready to pounce and strike. Both sides covered. Fury, not really the weapon that he wants to have in his hands for this duel. And Elias, so quick on the trigger, is able to get the shutdown kill over onto another. 0-3. Now 0-2 turns into a 1-2. As Headhunters, they make their mark. They're making sure to do it with a splash.
Cover going out.
Very slow play though this time. Coming in from members of RedViperZ. I want to go as deep as they did in the last couple of rounds. They want to bait out as much util as they possibly can. Rafi on the other side, waiting to see if he can find any of one of the players. Be a little bit slow on it. The aggression call has already been put through. They're just gonna make this rush happen. Already with the aggressive rushes coming in from both sides. This is where the hold is gonna be perfect from either end of things. Shots are good. And Rafi still able to retaliate. Again, and Rafi are able to take down the members of HEADHUNTERS and whittle them down even to the slightest. Elias Holding down the line over from the other side. Judgment. Try to use the judge to do something here. Good for one, but not more than that. Elias caught out in the middle of nowhere, and poor old Savage just needs to try and figure something out. Footsteps already being given. Flash in hand. Stuns at the ready. And wreck it. Sends him back down under. Good for another kill here already. This is one of those situations that you really don't want to be in. It's the hold.
Here.
Just gets better and better over time.
Turret out.
Ace though. Do see a little bit of an aggressive play here coming in from his end. Shots fired. And that's gonna be the first one taken down already. Aggressive rush coming in from Rafi, but the flash is gonna put a halt to his plans for just a little while here. A team flash, it really does cause some issues in the long run, but that's completely fine. And Dandy swing out from the other side. It's gonna be Rafi getting another kill. This eco round not really bearing the fruits that they want. Sonic good for the first. He's looking for another one here. But his shots just does not connect. The Sheriffs are not able to sing the songs of death that they wanted. Sonic, the only one who got the kill that he needed to, but things are looking rough. This is the showing that they're giving. On the defensive side, that attack is going to be a lot rougher, especially with the composition that the members of RV are running. It's a double controller comp. And that double controller composition can completely annihilate you on the defensive side if it is played to perfection. They need a lot more rounds here. They gave away 4, it's completely fine. But after this, they need to get each and every round humanly possible.
Go get him.
Back to it though.
Off your feet!
Savage needs to give this one up. There's no way that he can even stand here. Ult's being popped from each side as they're looking to find maybe a sneaky kill onto another one. Judgment's position is completely unknown, and Judgment, he can just walk away with a couple of kills here. Good for the first, he's looking for even more. Knows one person's on the backside of Pillar. Good for a double kill at the bare minimum, and they're gonna be more than happy about that one. Last player remaining will be Rafi. Maybe good for one. Not even gonna happen. Sonic, better with the shot, better with the reaction time. The adjustments are good. The members of Headhunters, they got the read that they wanted. They played it very slow, and Judgment with a phenomenal play from his end too.
Alarm bot out.
Just played a lot more further back.
Recalling my
No
bot.
taking risks, no nothing. So
Alarm
right
bot
in the
out.
middle of the enemies, and he was in such an orthodox position because of the result that he was able to walk away with it. Was not spotted by anyone, and that double kill really put a damper on their plans.
Toxins going up.
Some Zara again. Very slow approach as they push up a little bit here.
Toxin screen
To be a
down.
nuisance. Flash could just be coming out in hand. That turret gives a lot of information when you think about it. And one turret alone just pretty much gave that opportunity to run on down in, and Slim Zara, okay. Maybe a little bit too early for the rush down. That's gonna be costing them quite a bit because that's one of their smokers now done in the water. Ace, good for maybe a couple of kills. Good for one only, but that's completely fine and dandy because his teammates are there to clean things up. It will be a 4 versus 2, even a 5 versus 2 if Savage wishes to go in for a resurrection. So now just wait to see what they can walk away with here. Wreck it. Maybe good for a double kill if he does find the frag. Good for the first, but he's not going to be able to get the multi. And now it's all up to Fury to get this clutch. Double up from the side. That's going to be one. The pull comes in beautifully, but the timing is not everything here. They're still not able to find the shot. One from the back, one from the front. They both run out of bullets. And at the end of the day, it still comes down to the classic. A Sonic. The right clicks favor him in this round. 3-4 as Sonic gets a clutch for his squad and gets himself to the top of the scoreboard as well for his team. Beautifully done.
I'm no doctor, but I can patch a bullet hole or two. Let me know if you need healing. Thanks.
Turret out.
There.
I think it's slow this round, RV. Yeah, I've opted to go in for a couple of half buys, and these half buys can do a lot of damage if they're playing this one properly. Sonic, it's got out in the middle of nowhere, looking for another kill. Will be Rage Ruffy on the side. They have a pretty good stack here onto ramps, but they need a lot of utility to break through. That's where the breach would have come in, but he doesn't have a lot of util himself to give this one to them. Stun in hand.
Concussing.
Be opting for a rush. They're gonna be jumping straight down over into vents to maybe find a frag up here, but Savage, but you're up and ready for the shots that he wants. Positions are good. Looking to maybe find an over-eager player. Not gonna happen. They already have the call and they could go in for a wrap, but they're corralled into pretty much one corner. And the members of HEADHUNTERS, they're giving them the space. And they're forcing their hand as well here. So run on away over to the other side. Walkout coming in from SlimZera, but not gonna happen. Not against Judgment. He just get the hold that he wants. He's able to try and survive. And the Defender Kill G ultimate also goes up. That's gonna be a catch over onto another one. Wreck it though. Good for the refrags on his part. And Divjol stuck in a corner. Absolutely nothing that they can do to try and survive this one. Time's up. And the members of HH, they played that round phenomenally. Not even taking any over-aggressive duels. They played it slow. And they waited for them to just take over ramps. They're like, hey, you take ramps. We don't care. We have CT covered. We have vents covered. How do you want to take this? If you want to rotate over towards B, you have to sacrifice the bare minimum of one player. And there's a guarantee that Savage gets two there because he has a Phantom in his hand. They couldn't take that risk. They wanted to do the Killjoy lockdown, but SlimZera opting for that aggressive play. He could have gotten away with it too, but Judgment, the sound of mind and his game sense just completely changes the tides of that battle. Savage once again with the judge, man. Absolute nuisance. Wants to get away with more here. Really aggressive duel from either end of things. You do see decently aggressive play. Judgment. Push out for him. Good for one. Not gonna be good for the second, and there's a good chance he's gonna die here. Yep, absolutely no backup. The poor guy's still gonna be able to get one more out of the frying pan there. Good God. What does he even do it sometimes? That Savage casually just walks up into the face of SlimZera. Okay. Didn't check under him. SlimZera making a lot of common mistakes here, but really fine and dandy at the end of the day. Rush towards the B side, and the Seekers have been used to gain that early bout of information. Now, they already know exactly where both players are. Both Seekers have been destroyed. The dog has been used to gain that info. Maybe a little bit too early when it came down to the utility because no one was pushing out with it. That's gonna be rough. This is gonna be tough, but still regardless, Sonic comes in with a double kill on a couple of whiff shots from Fury. Just brought everything down. 5-4 as Headhunters. They finally take the lead in this matchup. With them now being in the driver's seat, they're gonna be more than happy with how things are going.
Placing sentry. Turret out.
Pause has been taken on the side of RV. Just settle things down at the bare minimum. Let's see what they have in store for us after this. Because with this pause, that's a huge momentum break. That break could just be the change.
Here! Here.
Judgment on the other side of the judge here. Just waiting to see what he can get away with. They need to run into his crosshairs here. They have absolutely nothing that they can do. Judgment good for the first, Judgment good for the second. Has a smoke in hand. He can even dash into their face if he wants to. Spike in hand. He's just gonna play it safe. He has his buddy right behind him with a judge as well. One more shot. That's gonna be Judgment with another. That's Judgment for you. When he has a read, he's gonna be able to follow through with it without any issues. Savage, 1 HP and dream for this man. Just gonna wait this one out for as long as possible. One more shot to be taken.
Enemy remaining.
Savage. Sadly, he's gonna be the one who
30
takes the
seconds
backseat
left.
here. Judgment does get the 4K as Ace has been denied. Now Wreck-It.
Forever.
He's possibly fighting a losing battle here if he's not careful. He's gonna play this one as smart as possible. Not gonna be able to find out much, but 6-4. It's Headhunters. They're looking to close things off and take us to an 8-4 half, which will be their optimal approach because of the composition that the members of RV are running. And it will take some time to find some cracks in those defenses. So, play it slow and steady.
Right there.
boys. They're playing for the long haul here.
Concussing. Let's go.
One more rush coming in from the other side of things.
Blinded.
Sonic. Swing out's pretty quick. There's RV. They have the read that they want, and this fast rush is what they're gonna get.
Remove.
Savage, good for the first initial kill, but he needs way
Spike
more to
planted.
try and equalize things out. Close to an impossible situation, being stuck in this 4 versus 2 scenario, but Elias keeping things a lot more punctual and competitive here. An opportunity for them to try and find something, but RV, if they play this one disciplined enough, there's absolutely nothing that they have to worry about. And Fury, prime positions for him as he's just gonna wait this one through. Savage, he knows that he's royally screwed. They can't even wait for the time to run out. Couple exit frags maybe, and that's it. Fury
One
opts
enemy
for the
remaining.
fight, and he's gonna be able to catch Elias as well. Wallbang galore for him. Savage, pretty much the last player remaining. He's just gonna opt to save his gun. Smart choice for him. With a slow retreat. 65, and that pause really was the momentum break that they needed.
Last
That
round
round
in
was
the half.
absolutely
We
explosive.
cannot keep our goods after this.
And
Spend
RV
all.
got themselves on the map to possibly head to a 75. For them, 6-6, which is more than what they could have asked for,
Can someone get
especially
this?
with the composition that they're running. They will thrive when it comes down to execution-based strategies, but it's difficult to do those strategies unless you're super confident in them. And RV taking a little bit of a backseat from those type of plays, but slowly they're picking up on it way more.
Wall raised.
Okay, Slim Zera. Maybe a bit too overly aggro. Was slightly questionable what he was trying to do there on the Viper. I understand if Rafi was doing that, but that was way too deep really quickly for no apparent reason. That's going to be a costly one. Your Viper's already down and you're not even in towards the side yet. You need that Viper to be on a constant lurk, maybe with a Killjoy, or even going for a split push
You
from
should
either
run.
side of things. Fake being opted with the mid control already established. This looks to be interesting. Maybe one player has been spotted though, so that's pretty smart on that regard. But Rafi walks out a little bit too early. That's the first, that's the second, and they're just gonna casually one on in towards the side. But Judgment, he has other things planned. Guy's gonna be good with the Odin for the first. He's gonna be good with the Odin for the second. It's Judgment comes in to bring the Judgment onto these people. The Banhammer is present, and with the 7 to 5, they're gonna be heading straight down over to the attacking side. Now here's where Headhunters will possibly have a lot more problems. Firstly, they don't have a lot of execution-based utility. If they had a raise at the bare minimum, I would say, yeah, they're gonna be fine with it. But as of now, it's just... It's not looking that good.
Here.
Zera though, I don't understand some of the decisions that Slim Zera is making. Sometimes it's very over aggressive when it comes down to his playstyle, and he's given away his life a little bit too much. As a Viper, you need to play a lot more conservatively. You don't have that option of being hyper aggressive every single time. It's a character that you can make a lot of plays with, yes, but only when you're trying to go optimal with your smokes. But without any of that, looking to get a little bit of an aggressive push towards this A side. The push is just about to come in. Smokes have already been placed. Nade in hand, and that nade is just gonna be absolutely juicy. Multiple fracks coming in from the side. Judgment misses out on his shots too. Elias last hold for instead of the side. Doesn't find much. Because RV, they had the read, they had the utility for all of this. As they survive, shut everything down.
10 seconds left.
Slow down play coming in from each side. And RV, they did a pretty good job on that regard. Think about it this way. RV, they played it very slow. They did lose Slim Zera out, and which was gonna be a pretty massive hit. Only if they tried to take over the B side. Because Slim Zera, he had that option to throw those snake bites all the way through mid if they wanted to. But for Headhunters, they got the read that, hey, why don't we just head towards A? Possibly their defensive side is a little bit weaker there because they're expecting the B hit. But that wasn't really the case. The double setup coming in from each end and the level of utility spam that they have to face here is just incredibly difficult. You have to worry about so much.
Here.
For Slim Zera, just another day in the office. He knows what he needs to do. He has the swing in hand, a couple of popped shots. Low HP for him, but an optimum play at the end of the day. He does a lot of damage over from the other side, and HH stuck in a horrendous situation to try and bring themselves out of this. Ace. Walk up with Sonic. They should be able to shut down Slim Zera, but not gonna happen. The guy just has everything under control, and Rafi on towards mid. Gets another kill with a 6-man of RV. 7 to 7. is where this defensive side will thrive, especially due to the utility that they have under their belt. If they're able to combo it properly, no aggressive rush that could be coming in from RV. Sorry, no aggressive rush coming in from the members of Headhunters, sorry, will be able to do anything to them. It's just a waiting game at this point.
Time to mobilize my pack.
The real question is, how long will it take for HH to break this code?
Tremor!
Because they have to know that mid is their weakest link. And they're able to bait out all the utility on towards mid. Those side takes just become way simpler and way easier. Sonic! Nearly bit the dust there. Good call as well coming in from Wreck-It.
Blinded.
He had the read for it. But that Reach Aftershock didn't bear much fruit just yet, but his Heaven Take looks to be primed and ready as Wreck-It wants to be that first initial line of contact. He does have the flash in hand to try and slow things down. And with the stack already present towards the B side, HH, you have no idea what you're walking into. It's an absolute hive mind. And the bees are ready to swarm and sting! And it's gonna be Rage Rafi coming in with the first initial stun. Trades are gonna be perfect though for HH. Able to get the hold, but there's still more members inside of the stack. Wreck-It good for another kill.
Down.
And now it's all up to Fury.
30
Good
seconds.
for one. Needs to be good for the second here. Just try to survive
Last
for as long as
player
they possibly
standing.
can, Fury. They can't just go in for swings that way. He pays the ultimate price for it with his own life, and now it's all up to Slim Sarah. Heard the reload, so it's gonna be the swing out, but the missed shots as Ace is able to get the kill that he wants. 8-7.
They will
As
die.
HH, they win out the buy round, but not in a very convincing fashion. They lost out on 3 of their members. Those 3 members and their weapons,
Placing sentry.
yeah, that's gonna be a tough pill to swallow. Your economy's taking a hit. That economy needs to start getting built up soon enough.
Hawk out.
Swing towards mid. You know it's the weakest thing. You want to bait that early level of utility, but RB, they're not really giving them much this round. But that's completely fine. That ability is useless anyways on the defensive side. For Rage Rafi.
Grenade.
Grenade's gonna be a
Out of
huge
charges.
game changer. Maybe a little bit more utility could have been used in proper conjunction with each other for that fight, but that's another good util bait.
Hawk out.
Headhunters. They're pretty much getting everything under control here.
Hawk out.
They look to get even more under their belt. Dibjul over from the side! He nearly gets a double kill for his troubles. But Judgment, so quick on the trigger, gets even more. Rafi, he knows not to peek this. If he does, that's an absolute death sentence for him.
30
But over from the
seconds
top end, it's gonna be Ace already with the perfect flank. He's walking up. No one has any idea. It's gonna be Ace. Good for the first, good for the second. Get your third, buddy. You deserve it. But Rafi, way quicker on the trigger there. Spray control's perfect. Ult in hand, that savage. Absolutely. How do you put it? He has no fear in his eyes. Swings out, takes the deal, and shuts him down in the process too. From the grave, Rafi gets the kill, but the round is still going in the favor of
Can I get a
Headhunters.
drop?
What a battle from both of these squads. They know how to bring damage out of the tape.
Turret out.
There.
Grenade. Here.
Rocket's in another realm of his own. Just gonna be playing it slow. This is an eco round, so 6v6 is under the table. It's Fury. That's a lot of noise being given away, and Spades. He's already ready for it. Savage good for the kill on his side. As Sonic tries to be a little bit of a danger man. Slim Zera shuts down one player. Sonic's not gonna be able to get anything more than that. Dip Joel. Beautiful slap to the face over onto another. They're looking for even more. Judgment has the read and knows exactly where Slim Zera is. Absolutely nothing that they can do, and the spray perfect from Judgment. 10-7 as Headhunters. They get the double digits that they were hoping to find. Their reads have been phenomenal. Good rushes from either side. They're communicating with each other, and they're making sure that they're not leaving any gaps in a lot of their rushes. Because of that, free real estate to play with, and the opposition just doesn't have the utility to try and stop them. It's one of those situations where you know a team understands how to bait out utility. Instead of throwing their own utility in on a very rapid succession, they're just using their bodies. They're shooting their bullets as close as possible, knowing that RV, they just love to throw out their util. Just another situation where Rafi could have just waited a little bit, got that information coming in from his breach, then opted to throw the nade that could have possibly landed them a kill or even some chip damage at the bare minimum. They're not going for any of that.
Here.
Mistakes being made from each end constantly.
Satchel out. Hawk out.
That is going to be hurting them more and more over time. Flash out from the side as they're trying to get that early bits of damage. Rafi doesn't find the shot that he wants, but Field's already there. The timing is everything. As Dipjol can't really stop this. Savage with a Spectre. It's an absolute dangerous beast. Slows, walls, everything's there. They have to worry about so much. This has just gotten from bad to worse. They know. The members of RV, they need to opt for a save. They have no choice. 2 Vandals and an AWP at the bare minimum needs to be saved, and for the members of Headhunters, they know it's a manhunt time. They have to stay true to their name and just go for it. They're gonna wait for the last 15 seconds, of course, before opting to go for this hunt. Smartest play is to try and take each and every one of these players down. No one to find here. Sonic, the call's been given. Need to try and find these players as quickly as possible. Maybe good for 1 kill. Doesn't really find out much. 2 players have given away their lives, and that's kind of rough because Wreck-It is even closer to his ultimate. And you do not want that Rolling Thunder online because of the amount of set plays that they can go for. Slim Zera with the ViperZ Pit could be a nuisance to them, but they have an answer. If Sonic gets the Seekers ready, they can easily counter it with the Jet in hand. But
Need a drop.
this doesn't bode that well for them just yet. Because they did lose out on a good chunk of money in that last round. Because of that, it's going to be a very slow grind upwards. They can't snowball this lead out of control just yet. They need this round. They need to find it in a very convincing fashion. Bare minimum 2 players can die, but that's it. They ended off there. Covering in the back though.
Here.
Maybe Sonic just taking things a little bit slow here.
Hawk out.
It's not the push that he wants. For them, it's just a waiting game. All the way over towards the back. Judgment. Walk up for him. They have established pretty aggressive map control, but A's okay. A little bit too, I would say, ambitious to that approach. This took a pretty dangerous turn for the worst. They know exactly where the op is.
30 seconds
And now
left.
with the amount of holding utility that they have gone for, no aggressive peaks, but the gunfights need to be present. The trades are perfect. Sonic back from the grave once more.
No charges left.
The fight still continues. Viper Spit in hand and also
I've
the
got
Astral
your
Divide.
trail.
2 controller ultimates. Not really what they could have been hoping for, but Judgment holding down the line. Really spectacular position for him. No one's going to be pre-firing here for the first initial bout. A utility from Wreck-It though. There's absolutely nothing. He's been spotted. That's Wreck-It for you. The man's good for the first kill. 3v3 already on towards the map. Make it a 0v3 because that was a simultaneous triple kill. All the members of
Match point.
HEs, they were just
Come on,
zoned in
squad.
for this fight.
Gotta play that whistle.
Because of it, they got the hold that they would have wanted for this one. And Headhunters, they're an absolute treat to watch when they play like this.
Placing sentry.
No skip beats whatsoever, and the team just keeps on giving. And I know for a fact that a lot of these players, they're using the Logitech G Pro wireless. So if you want to get one yourself, make sure to check out all the links down below in the description. Spectacular mouse in the long run. You gotta remember, when you have
Here.
the best gear, you can perform at your best degree. Again
Here.
with the aggressive rush and push.
Walk out.
They know RV, they're on their last legs. So if you just play this one as slow as possible, it's gonna be even better. Slim Zera looking towards the other side. The timing just doesn't favor him. That is so rough for them to hold. They have no idea how many players are even pushing them. They've Joel close up with the Judge. Still has the ult to play around with. A Judgment. Oh, Judgment. You're not gonna do that and do them like that. Good for another kill. Judgment with the double. 2 versus 4 with the A side completely empty. It could not be worse for the members of RV. It's Headhunters. They played the map down to perfection. They got the map control that they wanted. Poor old Slim Zera completely caught out in the open.
30
Timing
seconds
just
left.
did not favor him.
Spike
He
planted.
could have been good for a double kill right there. Nothing happened, and the poor guy didn't even use his ult over on the B side.
You should run.
They had opportunities, but the
standing.
utility was just not being used. Once again, one of the flaws that we have seen coming in from a lot of these
Attackers win.
Bangladeshi teams that have started picking up the double controller composition. You need to know how to use your utility to play a composition like this. Otherwise, it's just better to go in for the standard double initiator or a double duelist even. A rough patch coming in for the members of RV, but a phenomenal victory for Headhunters. They zoned in on the weaknesses that RV had and they played it to perfection. With that, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be concluding this one for match number 78, where Headhunters, they took the victory and are going to be the ones to head on down forward. So if you guys want to head forward as well when it comes down to your gaming careers, links down below in the description. Check out Logitech. They got a lot of deals coming up. 12% off on a lot of their flagship products, sorry. It's pretty late into the night, so even I'm tired. I'm guessing you guys are as well. I'm going to be catching you all in the next one tomorrow, ladies and gents. So make sure to give us all a follow here at IGE and of course at Logitech. I'm going to be catching you all in the next one. Bye-bye and good night.